Achievement unlocked. 2 players and a podcast now loading.
Welcome back, Dreamers and Flam family. This is 2 Peas and a Pod, brought to you by GeneralAndrews and
FlibbityFlam.
And we are sponsored by the 8-Bit Dojo and ESN, where we aim to be selfless, not selfish. This is episode 2 of season 2, The Gatekeeper Strikes Back. So today's topic we're going to really be going on and probably on about is, I like to call it a slight blemish on the anime community, and that would be the gatekeeping of sub versus dub watchers. Flip.
God, this one's
have
so
you
good.
experienced any of this? Have you?
All the time.
Okay. So I know you like anime. You join us for anime nights, right? We watch anime besides that.
Yeah.
So I assumed you would have an experience at some point in time with this. But again, it's, I rant about it all the time. So therefore, I run into a lot of people who love to throw the sub only back in my face. And to me, I just find that ridiculous.
It is. It's like saying it's like getting disgusted at somebody for taking creamer in their coffee, or things like that. And it's annoying, is what it is. Like,
right.
Just let people
I'm not
enjoy things for what they are.
I'm not going to drink your coffee, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That cup of coffee, that's your cup of coffee. I am not going to drink that. So, like, especially now, right? And then we have even better reason not to do that. Point being, though, is why would it matter what I enjoy doing versus what you enjoy doing? Like, can't you can do that and I can do my thing. Why not?
Yeah. It's a lot of it stems from people who just watch exclusively sub. They're like, oh, there's so much more emotion in it and stuff. And I do get that at times, yeah. But
well, like, yes, but I feel that goes hand in hand with dub or sub, that there are some voice acting, what would I call them, groups or casts that really melded well together and made me want to watch more. And I watch both, either sub or dub. However, if I watch dub first and I do enjoy what I'm watching, I will. I'm now, my brain's like, and now it's locked in.
I'm the exact same way.
Like, it's so weird. It's like that, like Goku. Yeah. I get the point of making him, he's a buffoon, right? He's a buffoon with unlimited power, but he's pure. He is so pure, yes. But I thought they did a great job with I'm sorry, Mr. Schemmel. I want to say Josh, for his ability to be able to, like, this excited, eager individual who at first doesn't understand his powers, and then as he gets stronger and stronger, really, like, both understands it and is still such a childlike being with his power because he just wants to keep on playing with it. Is captured in that essence. Then so now when I watch any and the reason I had found this out was when the movie, when they had brought back the series to where Akira was going to be rocking it again, right? He was back. He was penning the paper, so to speak, and we were going to have a new anime takeoff in the ZVZ Super movies.
The Supers, yeah.
Right, these movies that were coming out, and I was like, perfect. See, that way, I was like, I understood he wanted to work on other projects. He wanted to work on 3D art specifically, which in his movies and the more and more of the anime he's done, he's added those elements, and like, it's really add another layer to nowadays anime.
Yeah,
and I experienced watching, the original sub release, and it was just like, wait, why does Goku sound like an old woman?
Well, yeah, that was the biggest problem, because I grew up with, and Dragon Ball Z is a great example of this, is that I loved the dub version because that's what I grew up with, watching it on Saturday. And then later in life, when I finally got back into anime, I was like, oh, Super looks really cool. I'll have to go check that out. And it was
Awesome.
only on Crunchyroll, but it was
Okay.
only the sub version. I couldn't get through the first episode because of Goku's voice. I tried so hard, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. You have changed him for me.
I think I did watch one episode or said movie at the time, and then I was like, okay, I did it. I allowed myself to, and I just couldn't, stick with it. Like I couldn't. I was just like, okay.
It's hard when you have that image of a voice in your head. It's experienced a lot too, like when you read a book and then they miscast somebody in a movie.
Right.
And you're like, I don't see that person as this person I saw in the book. It's like it's really hard to get past that part, and that's how it was for Goku in the Super series for me.
I totally understand that. I remember another experience because I was so excited to watch it was Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Attack on Titan, because it's before like this, like very beginning when it was coming out and hear all these acclaims. And I was like, okay, cool, put it on. And it was, I didn't pay attention that it had said that it was sub versus the dub. And oh my gosh, the huge difference in pitch and how they would, scream. I couldn't take it seriously because my mind has the other imagery and and the voices when they were, screaming for help or yelling out in terror. So I'm picturing that, and it felt so detached from them.
Yeah.
Right. It felt like somebody else was filling in for those voice actors when obviously the Japanese voice actors are the ones that did it first. Right. That's the original work. And then people come in and dub on over that. And it's just so funny how that happens versus what we'd watched recently, How to Keep a Mummy. That's all sub, but it's my first experience through it, and so I have no problem just absorbing
straight to it. Yeah.
And just I'm like, this is them. That's why I picture Sora-chan, talking like, I picture Suzuki talking like, Mikun, I guess, it probably wouldn't matter which
I mean, yeah, it's just his cute little noises.
Yeah, exactly. He's like a Pikachu kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. He can only really say his name. One I had experienced where like I'd started in the English version and I got really attached to the voices was My Hero Academia. And I really, really liked all the voice. Like they did a really good job on just the voice casting period and stuff like that. But then I got to a point where they don't have dub anymore. It's just the straight sub. And then I switch over to that because I want to catch up. And I haven't finished the 4th season because like I just don't want to watch it anymore.
Right. I could see that totally. Like for me, it happened a lot with Fairy Tail because my only way of consuming it, I think, was through Funimation for a period of time. I think I saw the very first season on Netflix, and then after that, because like there's so many seasons for that one.
That's a long one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I think it was 270 episodes for that run of what I had watched. They're gonna probably release something in the future.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna complain if they do. But I remember at some point that rolling on over into sub. I'm like, all right, let's go for this, and I just could not. It felt like I was watching something that was almost what I wanted to watch.
It's almost just right on the cusp.
Yeah, correct. And so like for me, it sucks that individuals, right? If we get back to our topic on this thing here, is that like people would shun others instead of just welcoming more people into destigmatizing anime.
Yeah, it's
like speedrunning.
Yeah,
why is there so much gatekeeping?
Yeah, it's like
why do people
just enjoy it together?
Like, it's so funny how, no, it's not even funny. It's sad.
It is. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I
funny.
say funny because there's ways that I look at things
to you and I. Yeah,
right. Like for me, like I remember dealing with lots of stressful issues by eventually looking at it from a future stance, from looking back on the past of it, and I can laugh at it now. So can I de-stress that way? Right. Yeah. I take a lot of my BS and I get through it by defunkifying it. Right. And so same idea here, where it's just like, why would individuals feel like they need to like tell people like, no, it's this, or you're not a true anime fan.
It's got to be
like,
this way. Like, why
for me,
though?
I can easily be like, Pasha. But I'm thinking about the other people. That's enough right there.
That's enough to just turn
enough.
them off completely and then never go back to it. And it's like, it's sad because there's a lot of good animes out there.
Right? Or they'll watch anime and they'll never tell anyone. Like they need to feel guilty about it.
They're closet nerds about it.
Yes, correct. And now they have a complex over it that like should just been something that was fun and like something to talk about if they want to talk about with their friends, or not talk about because maybe, you know, they know their friends only like the action anime, and that, you know, I keep on forcing down their throats this little tiny cute adorable like mummy or whatever. It's like, you are gonna watch how cute this mummy is.
Look at this
like,
mummy.
no, dude, I want to see the bullets. I want to see the power-ups. I want to see them flex. What is this mummy, bro? I'm just like, dude, this mummy is my life. Like, just look at him.
Look at him. Look how adorable he is.
Oh
Why
my
can't we
God,
all just be adorable to each other?
Look how polite he is. He just wants to help, you know? And so it's again, it's something also that's experienced in the speedrunning community. It's also why I want to branch out into doing more tutorials on speedrunning, because I feel it's been ridiculous that things like speedrunning and or anime subversed up is a topic of people being elitist towards others and pushing them away.
Yeah.
Don't you want more people to do it so it's more popular, so that it stays around?
That's a big mood.
Because right, we have to remember that everything's funded by money. And if no one's paying attention to it anymore because some corporation can't make money off of it, that means we're going to all lose out on it eventually.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to say, oh, we can just do it for the pure art of it. Somebody's footing that bill somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? And like, and some people are that, you know, level of, no, I got this server dedicated to this and you guys are good. And it's like, wow, cool. But what point in time does that end? When does that utopian or fairy tale disappear? See that wraparound?
No.
And it's just like,
I lose you. When a good segue really tickles my fancy, it really tickles my fancy.
And so it's just like, So I mean, again, I'm rambling here. What else to you irks you about any of that, if anything? Or maybe you feel like you got all of it out.
I mean, to be honest, like, it made me closet anime for a long time.
Fair.
Because, like, because I put it up like background noise. I'm doing other things. And I'm sorry, I don't know Japanese. So it's very hard for me to follow it when I have to read it and pay attention to it the whole time.
Right.
Like, that gets annoying to me.
Correct. And that's why, like, I've noticed for me, a lot of my preferred sub ones are actually usually slice of life animes.
Yeah.
Ones that aren't super intense per se. Ones that are much more hunky dory, fun in the sun, just a simple storyline overall. But you know, it's some feel goods, right?
Yeah.
Or some funnies. You know, maybe it's just kind of slapsticky. That's fine for me. I feel that there's some really good there's some good energy in that. It doesn't take me that much to pay attention hardcore, but versus like, let's say I'm watching like a Death Note, right?
Yeah.
I'm someone who likes, or even Case Closed. Let's go opposite spectrum, because one's a little bit more scary and super psychological thriller, while the other one's a little bit more of a detective anime, and where I just want to, they're putting stuff out there so you can kind of sort of figure out what's going on, right? Like really, really good storytellers have constantly left you clues of these, you know, what you're supposed to try to unravel.
They don't, right? What is it? They look at their audience, they don't think that they're dumb.
Correct.
They want to leave the breadcrumbs out for you to put the pieces together yourself.
Correct.
Whereas you'll see in a lot of like
one twist. There might be one, but you're right. They're putting them almost like for Hansel and Gretel to scoop them up, you know, so they can turn them into gingerbread cookies or something tasty. I don't know.
Yeah. And like that's the funnest part for me, as you know, because we've watched that like especially like with like FMA Brotherhood when we would hang out in voice chats. And I'd be like, so it's this that's going to happen later because of this that happened before. And you'd be like, sure. And you'd be like, oh,
because there were sometimes you were spot on, right? Like you nailed it, but I can't tell you that, right? Because that's the reward. You watch and you're like, yes, I
do it.
And there's that one time you're like, oh no, I was wrong.
Complete opposite.
You know, yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. And so, for me, I noticed that's a trend, is that I like a little bit more of those chiller ones. Well, the more psychological thriller, or like ones that you can figure stuff out, I'm very intent on, like, I'm scanning, right? They had this, the picture is also a part of it, not just what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But the picture's a part of it. Like, did you figure out what this little note over here was? Or did you notice that little bear in the corner? You know, that's all.
Yeah, background plays a huge into it too. It's like, for people to get mad over what language you watch it in, when 90% of it is the visual aesthetic to it, like, who cares about who's voicing it?
I know.
Plus,
like, for me, I'm happy that they're doing all these different, you know, voices, and there's tons of different people get chances to create these awesome energies for their characters. To me, it just gives you an opportunity to be able to enjoy it in the language that you want to enjoy it in.
Yeah, it's so silly to be like, I just don't want to read it. And then there's the manga readers.
Oh no.
It had to happen.
I didn't know we were going to get them all scuffed up today too. Okay.
We gotta scuff them up.
All right, buckle your britches, folks. We are going downhill. All right, so as we go downhill here, there's a few thorn bushes, and one of those thorn bushes, obviously, is the fact that, you know, again, purists and gatekeeping.
The purists,
of it all, in regards to manga readers versus anime watchers, right? It's just like, why are we battling over supreme fandom here?
Can't we all just love it?
I mean, I'm a fan, you're a fan. We need all of these things to happen so they keep making it, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Because like they know they can't just do one thing, because they also get so big from, you know, the different studios that they have, and as those continue to expand their casts and crew, the way for them to have more money to afford these people who are pulling these hard hours, who are now kind of getting pulled into these scripts and seasons. They're like, wait, I thought this was going to be an anime for 1, 2, 3 seasons. This is going to be a 16 season anime now.
Yeah.
Oh man. They're going to pay them more to keep them, because they're integral to keeping the fans happy. To get that money, they need it for more resources. They need it for the mangas. They need it from the animes. Like, why are you hating on other fans of the same art?
Yeah.
At least as a brand, even if it's not the same art as a medium.
Yeah, it's just a different way on how you want to consume it. It's
correct.
A lot of people don't have time to read their funny little backwards books.
Yes, exactly. Something that upside down, or no, you have to be laying upside down, and whatever. You understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the first manga I ever read, I read like an actual book, and I was very confused on why it seemed like it ended right at the beginning.
That's so funny. Yeah, like I remember opening it up and being like, wait. Oh no, this is probably because this is not the first. Because it wasn't the very first volume, right? So I'm like, oh, it's got to be because it's not the first volume. So I'm all looking, where's your first volume? I'm trying to like figure out what's going on here, you know. And it's because I'm reading it backwards.
Reading it the wrong way.
Like, shoot,
it's not like there's a note that comes with it. Be like, you read this way.
Yeah, start here and go that way.
You're just supposed to know.
You're supposed to research what the hell does manga mean, and then that's where you're supposed to learn. I guess I don't know. So something I wasn't taught in school. But
no, they never taught me that.
They definitely should have. It's an important skill. How to survive in your surroundings.
Yes. I mean, a lot of us growing up in school, we're not like, oh, I'm going to be a streamer on Twitch, where anime is like 90% of it.
Yeah, right? Come on now. You need to prepare me for life. I kept saying, teacher, when am I going to use this? And
When
you
am I
still
gonna
haven't
use-
come up with an answer.
Come on.
You know, come on, give it to me good. No.
No, that's it. Just read chapters 8 through 10.
They forgot to tell me read it backwards.
Yeah, read it backwards.
Dang it. If only I'd known.
It's like,
But yeah, so like that is so interesting that it can become such a divide between individuals with those types of things. Like we said, sub for sub. So we can't even be on the same team for the overall anime side of things, right?
Yeah.
Because then you've got your manga, and then also depending which series we're talking about, you also have your live action.
Yeah.
Now, granted, live action normally right now has yet to really pull in a solid, you know, that's how you make an anime movie in a live action or an anime series. And I'm just gonna rant here for a second because I'm very worried about Cowboy Bebop.
I was just about to say
very scared.
That worries me a lot.
I really like John Cho. I really like him. So I'm very much like, dude, I like you. Don't make me not like you. This is a risk.
Make me not like you, please.
This is a risk.
Well, it's hard doing any sort of live action thing off of an animated medium.
A big time, because anime, that's why I try to explain to people is that like it makes the surreal real for just a little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah.
It makes you feel like it's possible. You can lift up the veil of reality and be absorbed into this, you know, this space that feels like, whoa, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But like really, when you think about it, so many things are like not possible, you know, or the real space dynamics and all this other kind of stuff. If we're talking about Cowboy Bebop, but if done right, which for live action, no, that's going to get expensive.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
when I think of
special
space
effects alone,
space, apocalyptic looking and or alien styled,
not only apocalyptic looking, but like populated too,
and populated. So I feel it's gonna be a very big budget that's necessary to do this, because obviously anime is a lot cheaper to do than live action. There's a reason why studios like Netflix invested heavily into anime. There is a reason.
Oh, it's
much cheaper than live action. Now, I'm not saying that the people shouldn't be paid more. That's not what I'm getting at. It's just the reality of the market.
Yeah.
Or whoever controls it.
It takes a lot more to have everybody on site to shoot a scene than it is to have somebody just draw that scene up in a studio somewhere.
Yep. And then share it on whatever device they're using, and boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Like, okay, quick here. People aren't wasting time. You know, they can be even more efficient.
Yeah. Just
and they can each record their voices separately. It doesn't have to be
all in a scene, and then however many cuts it takes, and then paying editors on top of that. Yeah.
You know? And that means, you know, that's not like they wanted to, but they did, and that messes up the whole scene, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much every time I open up my mouth, you know, I'm getting used to it by now. Take 57. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. We're going to take 69 now.
Ooh, what up? I've been born for this.
I've been born for this. All right. Take 70. Here we go.
No! I was doing so good. The pressure got to me.
It's like, that's just a whole big old can of worms. And they've been trying, like Hollywood's been trying really hard trying to make the animated live action, at least we've seen in the last couple of years, with like video game movies like Sonic and then Monster Hunter.
Yes, correct.
So many other, and they're like, we got to make it realistic, and we've got to make it like, and I did see the Sonic movie, and Grant, they did a great job on that movie.
Did they? I have yet to see it, so I didn't want to comment. Besides, you know, the fact I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, they did. Like it was good, but I mean, it was a kids movie, absolutely.
Right,
but it was a good kids movie.
Cool. Because I figured Jim Carrey was either going to be an extremely safe bet there, or they were going to completely miss the mark on him.
Oh, he was a perfect Robotnik.
That's awesome.
Like
he just always feels like someone who's dedicated to his role,
his
and
craft.
he'll at least make his part good.
But
doesn't
like
mean the movie's good.
Like it was fantastic. Every scene he was in, you saw, you were like, that's what Robotnik would be like if he was on Earth.
That's so cool. That is so cool. But yeah, so like when since I haven't seen Sonic, to then feel more like, okay, there's hope out there. I definitely have a remember when we first heard the news that Ein was going to be a husky and not a corgi?
No. Yeah.
It's like that scene from The Office where Michael Scott finds out Toby's back.
Yeah. Yep.
He thought Toby was gone forever, not that he was going on vacation.
Yep. And it's
And
just like the
screaming,
utter dread on his face.
No! Yeah. Oh man, he was so just like it was like the perfect reaction, like a 5-year-old or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And like I felt that energy.
You can see the pain in his eyes.
Yeah, it was real.
That's what everybody felt like when Ein was gonna be a husky. It's like, no, he's not a husky though.
And
like out of all the easiest things you could do.
Yeah. Out of all the castmates you could find and make sure to stick to the script on, that would have been the easiest one. And so I remember for the longest time, I'm like, nope, not gonna watch it. Nope.
Yeah.
They have a husky and I'm not gonna watch it. You have ruined this for me. Now, if the dog was a husky and you got a husky, great. I love huskies.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not the dog's fault.
No.
It's just not the right breed of dog. It's a corgi.
There's a reason why it's a corgi. Like it's supposed to look like this silly dumb dog situation, but it's not. It's Ein.
Yeah, and that kind of scares me too because like there's just been a lot of nostalgia farming.
Oh,
as
boy,
well.
Good point.
Where it's like, well, if we just put the name on it, people will fuck it. People will watch it anyway.
Something else came out recently-ish that did that, and it was just terrible because it was exactly what you said. They just slapped it on, put it out there, and I wish I could think of it right now, but that's besides the point. It's just, yeah, you're right. It's happening a lot. And some things I'm excited about because it looks like a good producer, a good director, so got a hold of this and they're going to turn this into something. Versus it's like, this one's just cashing in. Hold on to your tights.
Yep. It's like, we got these rights. Let's rot them into the ground.
I'm not going to say it, but Disney? What?
No. Okay. I mean,
I don't know who that is. Anyway,
Disney owns everything anyway, so
I know. Folks, if we're off the air in a matter of moments, you will understand
it's because they know
they know everything.
The mouse with the ears can hear.
Oh, I remember as a kid, I remember putting that hat on, or so to speak, and my parents thought it was the funniest thing ever, but I don't know why. I decided to tear the ears off of it and still wear the cap.
You're smart. The cap protects you from the ears.
I look like I'm wearing some headpiece, but it's not something that I practice or my parents practice. So like my parents were just like, oh boy. Someone's gonna ask,
what's going on?
They're gonna ask, and we're gonna have to explain. He's just a silly kid being silly.
He's just being a silly kid. No, he's
randomly putting on, this kind of yarmulke-ish.
This kind of
ears torn off. There's a little bit of the thread still kind of there, so it looks kind of funny, right? Oh man, or whatever, styrofoam I think is what it was. For those back then, but yeah, it was just like because I remember they had like one photo for a little while, and you could just barely see the angle where like I had that thing on. It's like, oh my gosh, I really did do that.
I did.
I think I was like 2. Yeah, I want to guess I was like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
right at the cusp of memory.
I think my brother and I just put diapers on our head. That's what we did.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Makes you think of Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, exactly, right?
From Rugrats.
We loved Rugrats.
Oh, man, when Phil, or was it Lil? One of the two of them got the baby contract.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Speaking of diapers, I didn't forget that.
Yeah, can you
That's a
imagine?
nostalgia lane.
Can you imagine if people gatekeeped Rugrats if it was dubbed?
I bet they do somewhere.
I guess
For
somewhere.
Right? Oh man, you watched before Susie or after
No.
Susie?
Yeah,
You
before
don't
or
know.
after Susie?
You don't know what Chucky was like back then, man.
You don't know, man.
Like, what? But yeah, so like it's just so interesting how all those things go. And I'm glad that I'm not the only one that feels that all these different, gatekeepings and uh almost controlling aspects are felt only by me, but it sounds like others feel the same as well. That it's just
Yeah.
not, it's not fun to deal with that. It's like you want to talk about a subject that you like to think is just a fun, silly hobby or passion project or whatever, right? And somebody wants to tell you that you're not even doing it right.
Yeah, it's just it's silly that way.
Right?
And I'm like, come on, can't we all just enjoy it? Like, it's
Right.
fun.
Can't we all just get along?
Can't we all right.
I'm just saying a little bit of that noodles action. They keep on getting noodlier.
Yeah.
And I just keep on staying noodle. And it's always what they taught you back in the schools.
It's just like and I'm the same way as you. If I start it dubbed, I do it dubbed. If I start it subbed, I do it subbed.
Yeah. And I just feel like that's almost like the impression, your first impression of something, right? It really sticks. And like, man, voices, it does. And I think it would be the same thing as if you ran into someone in real life and you met them in one fashion where you're like, man, this person, wow, that was so cool, like that was so nice of them. And then you actually got to know them and you're like, oh no, you're really mean to people.
Yeah, you're actually not nice.
Oh, I misjudged you. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
You caught them in a situation where it was, an anger-filled situation that was out of character. But then when you got to them, like, wow, you're actually a level-headed dude.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And all those examples were obviously FlibbityFlam. But
yeah, I mean, it's true.
It doesn't even matter. It's water under the bridge. It's a little dust. We'll just sweep out the rug.
I mean, if you do catch me at the wrong times, I do just jump down people's throats.
You're like, is that a glitch? Got it.
Got it.
Frame perfect.
Frame perfect. Nailed
it. My goodness, though. I feel that I'm thankful for the games that I have been a part of for speedrunning that aren't as heavily gatekeeped. But there's ones that I've considered speedrunning that I definitely did not want to dabble into because of, more of the lack thereof of interaction between like minds wanting to make the game go faster and faster and faster, besides those looking for just personal accolades.
Yeah. It's definitely like that a lot. It's like some people are so protective of their leaderboard spot for no reason whatsoever.
Right.
And it's like they won't even help you. That's why I was so adverse to help. And that's why I'm like, I'll just learn it on my own. It's like I don't care. Because like I'm not gonna ask for help because you guys obviously don't want to help me.
That makes sense. Like, same idea, right? You didn't want to. You were a closet anime fan, so to speak, only because it's like, okay, no. It matters if I watch it in what format of anime. Okay, gosh, I don't know if I want to speak up.
Exactly.
I'll lose this guy, man.
So my roommate in college and I would just watch the ones that he had on like DVD, and a couple of them were like Black Cat.
Okay.
I can't remember what one was in like the vampire universe that was pretty good, but those were all dubbed. Okay. And I liked them a lot. Were enjoyable. They were enjoyable. I enjoyed them. It's good. It's storytelling when it really boils down to it, and it doesn't matter how you digest your storytelling, really.
Well, right. It doesn't matter how you digest your storytelling. And let's say you're speedrunning. It doesn't matter if you were the first one to do it. It's a game. There is so much more that can be found if more and more people just kept on playing it and trying to go faster with it.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of the day, if people were all just really cool with just working with each other or just chilling out, one or the other, and stop being so grab handy about things, I think, the anime world and the speedrunning world will be a whole lot better.
I concur fully.
Damn. Right there in the spot,
Ooh. Hit me in the
fun,
soul.
That was fun, dude. Love ranting about that kind of stuff.
It's good. I feel accomplished.
Right? I'm telling you, that's where we get some GGs in the chat. So in your heads, folks, please make sure to throw those GGs.
Point at your favorite GG emote.
Yeah. Just go to your computer screen or wherever you are, your phone, just point at it with your hand. Yeah. I like that.
Thumbs up. Like Chuck Norris and Dodgeball. Just like, yeah.
Yes, perfect. Thanks, Chuck.
Thanks. Fuck you, Chuck.
Oh, and on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in.